Well, hello everyone. This is Daphne from Total Health, and really excited to be with you this afternoon. I am going on Zoom and I'm on Facebook Live, hopefully. So one of the things is, as I do, share and teach on preparing for pregnancy, just know that I won't be able to see your comments. Okay, so please, if you are watching live or if you watch later, please comment, because I will make sure that I follow up with that afterwards. So who am I? I'm Daphne. I'm coming from Calgary. Studied nutrition so many years ago, and now have a love for and passion for just total health, emotional, spiritual, physical. Have 4 of my own kids. And so why the topic of preparing for pregnancy? So this afternoon I really felt, and I have been for a while, one of my passions is teaching people on how to be toxin free, how to use essential oils in their lifestyle, how to actually approach health from not just, eating healthily or exercising, but also from spiritual health. So, sure, I've had 4 kids. I do not plan to have any more, but I hopefully to be a grandma, in the next couple of years at the right time. But more and more, I have people in my life who are looking at how to go natural. And so definitely with preparing for pregnancy, so everything I've researched and I bring to you this afternoon, I wish I had known 25 years ago, 26 years ago, when I started the journey of looking at how to conceive and how to have children. So I'm going to come from many different angles, not going to focus too much on specifically doTERRA, but know that the resources and what doTERRA have for us are incredible. So let's just jump straight on. I do have a PowerPoint. Remember, please just make some comments, and I will get to that a little bit later. Let's jump on to PowerPoint. Where are we? Okay, so preparing for pregnancy. Now, South Africa is where I'm from, if you don't recognize my accent. And yes, 4 children later, and so much more knowledgeable, but isn't that life? So I'm really hoping that this is a benefit to somebody out there that is looking at how to get pregnant, because having children is an incredible blessing. So what do we do in preparing? So I am especially motivated to help you, to improve your health, to achieve your family planning goals. So please post any questions. So welcome. So when we prepare for pregnancy, it can be such an exciting time, isn't it? But it can also cause a lot of undue stress, okay? Because everybody's biological clock is different. Some conceive very easily, others don't. So what you need to know is, your experience is going to be so different to someone else. Now, for me, it was easy. Having 4 children, I had 2, and then the 3rd came when we actually went, oh my goodness, another one. And then we had a 4th 5 years later, so a little bit bigger gap. But I did not have any problems getting pregnant. But I have many people in my life, many young adults and young marrieds, who are struggling to get pregnant. So, your experience is going to be different to theirs. And there are a number of tips for preparing your body and your mind for pregnancy, okay? So the healthier you are at the start, the better your chances are of having a healthy and basically happy overall experience, okay? So something that is so important for anyone going after this journey is managing stress, okay? Not only during pregnancy time. So let's look at you wanting to get pregnant, but you have loads of stress in your life. So first and foremost, it is so important to manage your stress because stress can actually prevent conception altogether. We've got stress hormones such as adrenaline, catecholamines, cortisol. These all inhibit the release of the body's sex hormone, okay, GnRH, which results in the suppress of ovulation in women and reduce of sperm count in men, and even lowers our libido, okay? So even if I wasn't getting pregnant and had so much stress, men and women, your libido is lowered when you have stress. So there are some solutions, all right? So yes, first of all, reduce the effects of these hormones. Reduce stress in your life. You want to get rid of stress. So, it's not always that possible, but look at your work environments. Can things be reduced at work? Can the stress that you experience at home, can they be removed or lessened? Okay. Secondly, how do you handle your stress? How can you react better in stressful situations? Because all of these are going to affect conception. So, look at your sleep patterns. And I spoke about that last week when we looked at, actually losing weight. Are you getting enough exercise? You might consider just reading for pleasure or journaling or meditating. Okay. I call it soaking. I just love putting music on and just spending time quietly with God and contemplating, okay? So that is one of the things. Please look at getting rid of stress. Now, there are herbs that help us with stress. As I mentioned earlier, chronic stress disrupts your normal hormonal balance. But there are herbs that can help. These can nourish your nervous system. They can support your endocrine function. They can reduce negative effects of stress. Some of the natural herbs can be ashwagandha. Okay, this is a root. This regulates your thyroid and your adrenal support. What about bee pollen? Bee pollen boosts your immunity or it even helps with fertility. The chamomile flower is another one that acts as a mild sedative, which may relax the nervous system. And then number 4 that I have here is the lemon balm leaf. Okay, this supports healthy stress response and feelings of anxiety. So if you're wanting to look at going a natural way, definitely look at incorporating some natural herbs. Now, some of the doTERRA products actually have ashwagandha in it. You've also got oils like Serenity that help with stress and anxiety, okay? And I can teach a lot about that. So what about BMI, all right? Body mass index. Not only can a healthy BMI start your pregnancy right, but maintaining a healthy weight is also associated with having more success when trying to conceive. If your BMI is too high or if your BMI is too low, it's either going to make it too difficult for you potentially to conceive, for some women to conceive. So your BMI is based on your weight, it's based on your height, and it's a general estimate of your body fat, okay? What I will do after this webinar is actually post a way to determine or calculate your BMI. But the calculation is, I want you basically just to see, is your BMI underweight? Do you have a healthy BMI? Are you overweight or obese? All right. 65% of the North American population are overweight or obese. Okay. Even myself, doing the BMI calculator, I am not within a healthy weight range. And yet people would look at me and go like, hey, no, you look healthy. But no, I'm wanting to get into that, the healthy BMI range. Right. So something that you need to know, as part of a healthy lifestyle is following an exercise program. This is going to reduce your stress and it will definitely improve your BMI. Okay. So consider doing 30 minutes of moderate exercise, walking or cycling or weight training. And if you can get this in for most days, that would be a really good goal. Perhaps find something that you and your partner can do together. Because once you're doing it together, like dancing, or, Darren and I love cycling together, you'll actually be committed to the process. So what about eating healthy? So even if you are looking to lose weight, to help with fertility, this is a caution that I want to really say right now, is you want to avoid some of the popular diets that are out there, okay? Some of these diet plans that we have eliminate certain food groups, the low carb diets. You're going to need this nutrition. You're going to need some really important vitamins and minerals to really get your body in a place where it's healthy to conceive. Because if you don't, you're going to rob your body of important antioxidants, vitamins and minerals that you will need during your pregnancy. So let's look, what is healthy eating? Really including a lot of whole grains, including fruits and vegetables, having at least 2.5 cups of green leafy vegetables daily, 5 to 6 ounces of lean protein, your fish, your beans, your eggs, poultry and nuts. Then, there are 3 or more servings of dairy or calcium-rich foods. So, many of us these days are going gluten-free or dairy-free. Well, you're going to need to look at calcium-rich foods if you're going to be dairy-free. So, yes, the healthy eating is important, not just for conceiving, but just for our general lifestyle. So let's talk about quitting time. When I considered getting pregnant and conceiving, and when I finally did conceive, and I was very grateful, it was easy. The thing that I quit or had to quit was caffeine. Okay, I wasn't smoking, I wasn't drinking, but there are many of you, or many of us, let's just not, that do have addictions that are harmful. So smoking, drinking, I'm sure you know that these are already can be detrimental to your health, and they definitely will be detrimental to a pregnancy. So many studies have shown that smoking can lead to miscarriages or premature birth, or even low birth weight babies. Okay, chronic cannabis use, for example, can lower sperm count. Research suggests that tobacco use, even secondhand smoke, can lower sperm count, can affect your fertility. So research supports that excess alcohol negatively affects both male and female reproductive systems. At this end of the webinar, I will put up the research links, and you can go and do some reading for yourself, because this webinar is just going to just touch on a few basic things. All right, so consider quitting. With doTERRA, we have oils that can help with quitting smoking, okay? There's black pepper is one of them, or On Guard to boost your immune. So there are oils that can actually help. Now, this is the reason I love teaching others about this topic, many other topics that include this, is how to limit toxin exposure. And, as I've gone off to research and I've downloaded apps that help me determine what is in my beauty products, what is in my household cleaning products, I have been blown away. And more I'm going, why did nobody ever teach me this before? It was only 4 or 5 years ago when I started to use essential oils in my life that I became aware of the toxic load that is in our home. So, there's no doubt that environmental toxins negatively impacts our health in a number of ways. But, avoiding all toxins in our environments is an impossible feat. But by limiting potential hazards, you can begin to improve both your health and your fertility. So I challenge you, start somewhere. Okay, you might be overwhelmed. You think, I can't make my own products. I'm not a DIYer. I don't want to make my own beauty products. I don't want to make my own soaps and creams and, all these crazy people who are making their own sunscreen. I'm just really coming to you right now to say, really consider what you're putting on your body and taking internally. There's so many toxins around us, and you can make choices, okay? Particularly when it comes to you wanting to improve your health and fertility. So some ways to lower exposure to toxins: avoid synthetic fragrances. And I used to love buying certain fragrances, okay? Now you won't find these in my home, except I do have young adults, okay? And they have to go off to their own decisions as to what they use in our home, but limits synthetic fragrances. Instead, there's an oil called Whisper that is amazing. When I wear it, it's an essential. When I wear it, people are always going, wow, what is it that you're wearing? Consider using diffusers in your home. What about BPA products? So choose BPA products that are, don't have, like plastics that don't have BPA products in them. Choose a chemical-free home products. Choose chemical-free personal care products. What products are you putting on your skin? What are you washing your clothes with? What mascara are you using? All right. And there is an app, and at the end of the webinar, I'll also put the app link up to you, but there's an app for free that you can get to determine, the healthiness of the foods you're eating and also the products that you're using. Consider tossing away products, beauty products that contain parabens or sodium lauryl sulfates, mercury. These are all toxic, okay? And so you want to reduce your toxic load. Just start slowly, and in time, you'll find that you hardly have any of these products in your house. So what about endocrine disruptors? So how much do you know about the ingredients in your body care products? Have you even considered, when you shower in the morning, the body wash that you're using, the shampoo that you're using, the lotions that you're putting on your face? They could say 100% natural or 100%, I don't know. Just consider what's inside them. Look at the ingredients on them. Most body care products contain ingredients that mimic estrogen. So they mimic the estrogen hormone in our body and are known as endocrine disruptors. In other words, these components or compounds are directly responsible for hormone imbalances. All right, so using these products, and they are going to your hormones are going to not be balanced. So many fertility problems are linked to an overabundance of estrogen in the body. So in women, excess estrogen is linked to the early onset of puberty. It's linked to endometriosis, uterine fibroids, ovarian cysts, breast cancers, and irregular cycles. So for men, excess estrogen can equate to hormone imbalance and even low sperm count. So you're wanting to get pregnant, get rid of these products, or look at products that do not have endocrine disruptors. What about BPA? Okay, exposure to BPA has been linked to reduce egg quality and several hormone imbalances. So BPA is basically, it's a chemical used to make plastic hard and clear. And it's used in many of our consumer products, reusable water bottles, food storage containers. It's found in epoxy resin that's found in the lining of like Coke cans or, any beverage cans or protective lining in certain containers, inside metal food containers. So BPA has gained global attention as a contaminant that affects our health. So how do we avoid BPA? Okay, so stop drinking from plastic water bottles. Instead, get out your glass water bottle and get out a stainless steel. Consider putting lemon oil. I have a big glass bottle. It takes 4 cups of water. I have 2 of those daily at least, and I have Slim and Sassy oil, or I have lemon oil in it. Okay, remembering you want to be using doTERRA lemon, or you're wanting to be using doTERRA products because there's a grading called CPTG. So the oils can be taken internally. So number one, stop drinking from plastic water bottles. And my kids buy plastic water bottles and they leave them in the back of the car in the sun. And my heart as a mom is like, oh my goodness, I just want to get in there and throw them out. So in our home, we've removed plastic. So avoid plastics made with BPA. Avoid heating food in a plastic container in your microwave, or using plastic wrap. Rather store your foods in glass or ceramic containers. Okay, so what about detoxing your life, or detox your life? So, while limiting toxins completely isn't realistic, there are things that we can do to try and avoid toxins. So number one, start with parabens. Look at your deodorant. You look at your shampoo, look at your lipstick and your soap. Okay. I always think, how do I say this? Fertilities. I went online earlier when I prepared this going like, how do I remember this word? But these are found in liquid body products, okay? Then you got your 4-MBC. That is found in sunscreen. You triclosan antibacterial agents. These products can lower sperm count, okay? So these are ways to get rid of toxins. It's just looking at those different products, all right? And if anybody needs notes afterwards, please ask me and I'll happily pass these on to you. So what about supplements for egg health? If you are not taking any supplements, you are really doing a discredit to your bodies, okay? The food that we eat today does not have what we need. Now, we know that when we're pregnant, we definitely need to be on supplementation. But, even leading up to pregnancy and then even beyond, please consider a whole food supplement. doTERRA have a supplement called Lifelong Vitality. I love teaching about that. Now, I'm not going to focus on that right now. I'm just going to be encouraging you to look at supplementation. There's tons of supplements to choose from to maintain the health of your reproductive organs. But there are a few important things that I really want you to consider. One, is it a whole food supplement? Are your cells absorbing that supplement, okay? Or are you just basically peeing it out, all right? So these are some things that you need to help your reproduction is coenzyme QT, okay? This can boost an antioxidant power and improve the quality of your eggs for women. Melatonin can boost your antioxidants and encourage healthy ovarian function and aid in sleep. EPA or DHA, the fish oils. Okay, doTERRA has a supplement called Z-Omega. It's got your fish oils. So these help produce a higher quality egg and help reproductive function in advanced maternal age. Folic acid, really important. You need about 400 micrograms of folic acid a day for at least 1 month before conceiving, okay? This is really great. So what about figuring out when you ovulate? So knowing when you're most fertile or when ovulating will ensure a higher chance of getting pregnant, okay? There's so many fallacies out there, and so you really want to know when are you ovulating. So you can simply start by tracking when your period starts and when your period ends. The average cycle is about 28 days, but it can range from between 25 and 35, okay? Now, there are various methods to track ovulation. There's the AS Ovulation Tracker app. So you get apps for everything. So yes, there's an app to track your ovulation. I never had the advantage of that, 25 years ago. In the comments, I will actually put links to the app. There's an ovulation predictor kit that you can buy from pharmacies between $10 and $50, with a 99% accurate rate of when you ovulate. So they can just determine by the hormones in your saliva and in your urine as to when you're ovulating. So that's a good place to start. Consider making yourself what I call fertility smoothies. So eating a natural diet is the foundation for all of us for a good health. But one way to pack in the extra nutrients is making a fertility smoothie. So what is a fertility smoothie? So these are basically what are things that you're going to include. Now, you're going to include a lot of antioxidants, so a wide range of fruits and vegetables. You want a lot of those fruit and vegetables that are going to have vitamins and minerals in. So, choosing your colors, choosing organic would be really, really good. You want a smoothie that has a lot of fiber, because this is going to help regulate hormonal balance, specifically related to fertility. The smoothie recipe that I'm going to give you in the comments is from Mind Body Green, and the things that they recommend are frozen berries, almond milk, protein powder, maca root, bee pollen, and coconut oil. So I'd love to see you trying some of those and then commenting. So just as a recap, what have I done in this webinar? Really want you, if you're somebody out there that's, wanting to look to get pregnant, please, look at getting rid of your stress. That's the one thing that I discussed. Look at exploring herbal supplements, ashwagandha, your pea pollen, and your chamomile leaves, okay? Look at maintaining or getting your body into the BMI that is a healthy body mass index, exercising regularly, implementing a healthy diet. No, and then really key for me would be, because I love teaching others, is really limiting your exposure to toxins. And then track your cycle, okay? Make your fertility smoothies. Do what you feel is right. And so thank you, everyone. Hopefully there's some comments, and then I'll get back to you. If you are interested more in actually how to, get a good supplement into your diet, how to use essential oils for reducing stress, I'd love to talk to you about doTERRA. But hope that was helpful, and I will put the comments of the references in the comments. Bye all.